In the midst of preparing for games tonight and Saturday, the Muhlenberg men's and women's basketball programs spending time out in the community. Earlier today, the Mules visiting Jefferson Elementary School for an important event focusing on Martin Luther King.
Taking their focus from the court to Jefferson Elementary, the Muhlenberg men's and women's basketball players teamed up with the Volunteer Center of the Lehigh Valley for a Dream to Read event.
It's an absolutely wonderful program. The older kids get to mentor the younger kids and really teach them that if they work hard and dream big, they can do anything that they want. So it's absolutely an inspiration to these kids, and especially a lot of elementary school kids always want to go to college and they want to play sports and do things like that. So it's wonderful to have these kids come over and to give up some of their winter break time to be with us here.
The annual event is centered around Martin Luther King Jr. and his life work. The Mule athletes split up into different first and third grade classrooms to read and discuss important civil rights issues.
This year we wanted to touch on civil rights and equality and really teach the kids that everyone should be treated equal, talk to them about issues in the past, current civil rights issues as well, and have them brainstorm ways that we can get through that and educate them about the fact that when you see someone being discriminated against, you need to speak up and take some action.
It actually surprised me a lot of kids were able to, answer some of the questions that we gave them, because again, it's something that they have to deal with, obviously a group of minority kids, but interacting in everyday life, they definitely understand it. It's important to, treat everybody equally.
Later, the students made placemats to be donated to Meals on Wheels, inspired by Martin Luther King and the lessons they learned from the Muhlenberg players.
A lot of things that I think Martin Luther King did, they can also relate to. For example, using their words instead of violence, and when there's conflict. And we related, people with brown eyes get slices of pizza, people with blue eyes don't, and they go pizza. They're able to relate to that and apply it to their own lives.
We learned about him. He has a dream and having freedom. And Muhlenberg College been telling us what's fair and not fair. I would say blonde people could go on a field trip.
They taught me about freedom and people shall be treated equally.
The nation will celebrate Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday later this month on the 21st, recognized now as a day of service where Americans across the country come together and volunteer in their neighborhoods and communities, just like the Muhlenberg players did today in each of these classrooms.
I think it's really important for us. Obviously, a lot of people look at us as privileged, kids, playing a sport, being in college, getting that education. To come back and help anybody is always important, and especially these younger kids who, we can motivate to, get to our level and beyond.
On the scene in Allentown, Christy Fulkerson, 2 Sports.
Big, powerful day for those youngsters. It's a winner both ways for the youngsters in elementary school and for the college students learning to give back to the community. It's a winner on both fronts.